kids? It's David here with Salt Lake State. Here in this vid, I'm going to be making the case for the value of human life. The line of reasoning that I'm going to use is not the only line of reasoning. It's not the only case to be made for the value of human life, but this is the line that I'm going to use here for this vid. Let's start out in the book of Genesis, because this is kind of like a Bible channel, you know what I mean? So let's do a little Genesis before we freaking roll into this. Genesis chapter 1, starting in verse 26, it reads here, And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over all the cattle, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. You know, no doubt that passage alone points to this the specialness with which mankind is attributed value. The specialness with which mankind is attributed value being declared in this religious book, this word of God, that God has made man in his own image. You know, imagine, if you will, the nobility. Imagine, if you will, the position that places mankind in the created world. Buzz Aldrin is this dude, astronaut, who went to the moon. First man, along with Neil Armstrong, who we sent, no doubt, by the seat of their pants and a bucket of bolts. And they were the first men to arrive, to land on the moon in a jalopy of a spacecraft. It is an amazing thing. Beautiful. And this is what Buzz Aldrin had to say upon beholding the surface of the moon. Beautiful, beautiful, magnificent desolation. You know, it was immediately impressed upon him the vast and profound emptiness of the moon. It is no doubt a barren waste of bleached, radiated dust and craters. You know, Mars as well is profoundly mean and uninhabitable desert of radiation and extreme cold. Venus is an 800-degree cauldron of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus are gas giants, mainly made up of hydrogen and helium. They are gas giants whose gravity well turns their atmosphere into crushing vices of iron. This is the cosmos. This is our solar system in which we are couched. Extremely uninhabitable, unfriendly. We are not talking like life can eke out an existence elsewhere. Life cannot find itself a crack or a crag to bear up its stronghold. There are no strongholds, there are no footings for life in the solar system except on this jewel, this rare, precious, unique jewel that is the Earth, extremely, radically optimized for life. What a black hole is to gravity, the Earth is to the provision of life. Magnificent, extreme portent for living organisms. What fortuitous circumstance with which men find themselves cradled, swaddled in the arms of provision, borne up upon the wealth of abundance. In the eyes of the rest of the cosmos, it must seem that we are the sons and daughters of nobility, of royalty. For with such significant accommodations, it would seem that we are somehow loved, wanted. Our lives in the earth are as veins of gold, which one must overturn the mountains to find. So it is with this acknowledgement of the rarity of our lives, the fortune of our position, that we must recognize the immense, colossal value of every human life. Beneath the magnificent desolation of space, above and its crucible of stars, our lives are the rarest of all things. The behemoth of wealth, which is thrust upon us, must capture our attention as regards the worth that we assign to the unborn. Every conception is beyond belief when compared to the desolation, when compared to the magnificent desolation that one need only look up and see on the horizon when the moon rises, that we may appreciate for the extreme abandon that is all around us. Here in this world, our lives are of highest value. Every bundle of human code is creation's summit, a crowned masterpiece of triumph. How can we therefore imagine ourselves the products of such mediocrity that abortion of our young is in our estimation feasible? What treacherous contradiction is this, that we would turn a cradle into a crypt, a mother's womb into a tomb? Do we love death rather than life? When we call a pregnancy a clump of cells, is it not to imply that the unborn form is mediocre, contrived, and without value? I say to you in this vid, that clearly we can see, clearly we can observe the rareness, the specialness, the profound significance of our lives in this world. For it is a rare and wonderful thing. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care. Have a good week. See you next time.